He's the janitor. You guys are.
He's not even the janitor. The janitor at least earns an honest living. He's a fucking flim-flam man.
Yeah. I mean,
snake oil
salesman.
Right.
I mean,
and there's trouble right here in River City.
Yeah. I mean, she could have. That's when he said, when she told, Dorothy, you could have went home a long time ago.
Oh,
you mean just tap your heels together, girl? You could have been gone. And then
you already had a brain.
Yeah, he had a
you
brain.
Already had a
He's
heart.
trying to get you to think. He's trying to get you to think for yourself. Do not believe that there is somebody going to do something for you. That's what he was trying to say in the damn thing. And so I'm sitting and talking to some friends of mine. They go, "You mean that shit was just? I thought it was just a story." And I looked at the monkeys and I said, "See, you don't understand. People have messages in why they write the way that they write, trying to teach your dumb ass something. That's why you need to read a fucking book, and pay attention to what's going on. And understand,
reading is great.
Right.
As Ed Asner used to tell us in the 70s, reading is fundamental. The little PSAs between cartoons back when Saturday mornings had cartoons, back when America meant something. But the thing is, reading is good, but comprehending is what's important. Reading animals.
First, they got to read it to comprehend it, and I'm saying right here, they don't.
Oh, I know.
They don't read it.
I know. Yeah. You are one of my many friends who are teachers.
I think many people did not pay attention in civics or in history, and they don't even know the basics of government at all.
Yeah, absolutely true. But the thing is, you can read Animal Farm and think, wow, cool story, talking animals, interesting. It's an allegory for the Russian Revolution. It's important. It is history. It is, I say this often when I'm describing this show to people.
Those people are not going to read that book, David. Yeah.
Right. But, people ask me about this show and why we do it and why, I do political and current events jokes and posts on social media. And the reason is, and when we were hanging out before the show, Michelle, you were talking about how depressing it is and how you don't want, you almost don't want to listen to the news and watch the news anymore.
That's right.
And that's what they want. That's how they win. By getting people to give up on being informed and to just give up and accept, well, whatever, I can't deal with this anymore. That is when you most need to get up and fight. And
but it is so hard saying,
right,
I'm a lesbian, I'm a woman, and all those things are extra things to fight with. If I was a black woman, I'd be damn. Well,
I was
right? It's got to be hard for
we
black
got a
people.
lesbian, a black guy, and a Jew.
Right.
We're the three of us are going to be amongst the first on the trains.
We need to pay attention, right? Yeah.
But the point I was making about talking about the show and why I do it and why I post the types of jokes that I post on Facebook is because I get it. It is unpalatable. Staying informed leaves a horrible taste in your mouth. Friends of mine have responded to jokes of mine on Facebook saying, "Thank you for keeping me sane." And that is, for me, that is my personal mission statement. That is why I do this, because it is depressing. It's horrible. What is going on in this world, it will destroy you. And, I like to respond, tell my friends, I am sacrificing my sanity so that you may retain yours. I mean, long-haired, Jewish.
Thank you, David Robinson.
Dr. David might have a little bit of a Messiah complex going on there. But the point is, we as comedians have to help keep people informed, but make that information palatable. Let people, there's a essay or a post that's been passing around on Facebook from someone saying that you can't say we're fucked, because if you say we're fucked, that means you're giving up. And I understand the sentiment behind that, but I disagree with the core message, because we are fucked. Mm-hmm. But to say that we're fucked and to recognize that does not negate the idea that we can become unfucked. It's going to take some time. It's going to take a lot of work, but we can fix this.
And we just don't give up yet. That's what we do. We just keep on rolling. We keep on joking, rolling, and getting ourselves educated.
Without getting into, personal things, it is when you are on the ground with your face bloodied and battered, with someone throwing chairs at your head, that you have to fight more. You do not give up. So, folks, that is the big takeaway. That is why this morning there are people all around this country marching to show the folks who are in power, the folks who think that they can abuse that power and destroy what this country means, in the name of patriotism, to show them what true family values are, to show them that if Democrats in Congress can't come together, we, the people, certainly can. Well, and we can stand up for what's right, and we will affect change. Whether it's marching in the streets or kicking Sarah Huckabee Sanders out of a restaurant or telling Kristen Nielsen and who's the other Nazi, Stephen Miller, that they are not welcome in Mexican restaurants.
Right.
This is what we need to do. We don't need to get violent.
But, I should say, Dave, there's a lot of Mexicans that are Republican.
Yeah.
They are supported. Just like there are a lot of Cubans that came from Cuba and are now in Miami. They believe that they're white, so they support, and the other ones, and they have a huge problem with Afro-American Cubans. I mean, not Afro-Cubans.
But they make the best music.
Hell yeah, that's whose music they're playing. Everything got African in it, but they always, we don't want to get that color, we won't get that next to us. Yeah, but it's like, fool, what you think you're playing? Where you think high fives came from? Where you think coolness came from? You stole that shit. Don't be sitting up here like, we don't want to be around them, but you want everything that we represent. You want the things that we do. I can't believe that.
Yeah, and taking from, it's not Afro-Cuban, but same parallel. I don't want to live in a world where I have to listen to Pat Boone's Tutti Frutti instead of Little Richard. Fuck that noise. Yeah. That ain't happening on my watch.
That's right.
The thing about the music, you talk about, the Republican Cubans hating the Afro-Cubans, and, we talk about the white folks who want to believe that, the white stuff is better. And this is, it goes back to the same argument that we were talking about before with, when Obama wanted to talk to foreign leaders, now that Trump's doing it, and the Republicans want to say, you're hypocrites because you don't want Trump talking to these guys. And you know what? We're not hypocrites, and we don't want Trump talking to these guys.
He's praising them.
Right. And it's not because of party. It is partially because of personality, but it all comes down to, it is because Trump is who he is. And he is selling out this country.
I had a guy tell me,
people are buying his shit. They are buying the snake oil.
I had a guy at my job he's on Facebook all the time, and he said to me, Obama never did anything for me. And I'm sitting there going, well, damn, what is Trump doing for your ass right now? What is Trump doing for you other than him being a white man sitting there? One, he's from one of the most racist cities in Missouri. I worked with him, Dave, and I can't remember what that city is, but it's one of the most. It's because St. Louis
County and Ferguson.
Ferguson. That's because I went to school in Brentwood, Missouri, Maplewood, Richmond Heights. Webster Groves, all that. I partied over there, so I know that. But I'm like, where is this city at? And his, to the point he married a Filipino woman, and his own sister wasn't even invited to the wedding because the woman wasn't white. And I'm sitting there going, so I said, Williver, what are you getting? What are you saying on what Obama did not give you? What was he supposed to give you? You're going to blame him because your ass is out of work? No, you quit your job because you thought that your wife was going to be making all this money, and it didn't happen. You thought, I'm out of here. What happened? That loan, remember the real estate crisis happened in 2008. And he quit his job just on that to go into real estate, and then the boom happened, and he got fucked, and then he couldn't get back into probation. So that's why he was pissed off. I mean, so if Obama did that, no, dude, they gave him a pile of shit, gave him a fucked up economy and 2 damn wars to try and fix, and just when everything's coming together, now you want to praise Trump. Trump is riding off the shit that Obama already did.
Yeah, well, and not only did he come in with a pile of shit to deal with, then the Republican-led Congress, our pal Mitch McConnell, who said, my mission, I will make sure that he is a one-term president.
Exactly.
They gave him a huge pile of shit. Then they tied both his hands behind his back and gave him a slotted spoon to get rid of it.
Right.
So did he fix everything? No. No president does. One of them that we currently have is telling you that he's fixing everything, but he's not. He's not even duct taping shit together. He's just breaking more and telling you,
right,
it's fixed. No, it's not fixed.
And that's another thing. The guy is a spinner. He is a spinner. He can say whatever. He's yeah, it's going to be great.
He's a reality show star. He was on The Apprentice. That's his job.
He reminds
You're
me.
Fired.
He's Honey Boo Boo.
Yeah,
he is nothing but Honey Boo Boo and Duck. He knows who's buying into this crap. Honey Boo Boo, that little girl made a shitload of money just eating. Just her and her fat ass mama, they just sitting up there, and found out that the dude that the mama had hooked up with was a sex offender. Well, he said he changed. He don't do that anymore. And she's out there getting plastic surgery to shrink down, lose her weight, get her neck fixed, all this stuff, And I'm sitting there going, these are the people.
This is America, the reality show.
Yep. Right.
And that's who we have in charge.
And the guy has always stated, and this is what bothered me when I used to ask it, you had a guy who said that an American president was a birther, and you guys still, and there were people who still, they interviewed him. They remember when John McCain told that woman, she said, I believe he's a Muslim. He's not a Muslim, ma'am. He's an American. The guy went to college here. Sorry. And they hated the fact that he was educated. That bothered them more than anything. They shot that down. Well, he's a uppity Negro. That's what he is. He's just sitting there with his little degrees and shit. Oh, but this guy.
Trump is a fraud in every sense of the word. Look at his Trump University.
Well, wait a minute. Right? His family got sued because he wouldn't rent to black people. Yeah. He's already been down. This guy has a record. If you do a history of him, the dude has filed bankruptcy more than anybody in the world. Yeah. And they changed the bankruptcy laws because the American people figured out what the rich were doing and blocked it. So that's why that was the 2003 that they changed the bankruptcy laws that you could not file bankruptcy on like $50,000 or something like that. Done. And you can only do it once. You can only file bankruptcy once.
And most people file bankruptcy because they get in over their heads with medical problems.
Right.
And that's mostly why people get bankrupt. And
right.
Yeah, it's not people doing crooked things.
No. That's what I'm saying. When they try to say that, that they're looking at the media, the one thing that the media gets in trouble for is when they promote stuff on the wrong folks. Now opioids is an epidemic, but crack wasn't.
Right.
Well, not till it got to the suburbs.
Yeah.
Not till white kids started doing it.
And wait a minute. And wait a minute. You wanted to. The only reason why the gangs got to where they were is because they dropped crack right into the black community. They dropped it right in because beforehand gangs were protecting their neighborhoods because they were protecting them from the racist white people who were jumping them. They were protection. And then once you drop that money down in there, start selling drugs, that was it. That you can quit snorting cocaine, and all I got to do is take this rock and heat that puppy. Next, you're a scientist and you cooking that shit. And next, hey, no wonder Richard Pryor can sit in the room for a week and smoke crack. The dude was a multimillionaire and the shit was cheap. He had a trash bag full of fucking crack cocaine, and just sat back. And that's why he did the joke. I'm your friend, Rich. Come on, Rich. I'm your friend. Don't listen to those people. They don't know nothing. I'm your friend, Rich. Hit me again. Hit me again, Rich. Yeah, and that was his life. I mean, and then, that's, because powder cocaine was expensive. And then they started, locking up all the brothers. Mm-hmm. And that's what, and, as quiet as
that
it's
was
kept.
Their plan.
But wait a minute, as quiet as it's kept, Bill Clinton did lock up a lot of brothers because they said, we want to get rid of the crack problem. That's when they would call him the black president. Because black people were getting paid. But that was you drank the Kool-Aid, bruh. Sorry, because you also knew that he locked up shit damn near 30 million motherfuckers.
Right.
Because they painted the prison they painted the drug law with a broad brush. The war on drugs came on the back end. They were on the back end when Clinton jumped in, and that's how you ended up. And they painted everything with a broad brush, and that's why guys was doing 5 years for a bag of weed.
Well, and you might not like some of the things that Obama did. I mean,
right.
Nobody's perfect.
He deported more people than anybody.
Yeah, but under his watch, we did see a lot of improvements. We did see, an effort to start getting people out of prisons who have been